Okay. All right, so if I go in between where there's no steps, it might fan out and catch some of that on either side. Yeah, it caught a little bit of it. I still have a lump there. That's not too bad. I still can't get any breaks. See how that didn't go anywhere on that one? I don't really need to thin down this back edge very much, but I want to try to get rid of that step there, and make sure it's regular, make sure it's pretty flat. So that's why I'm working on this stem too. I don't have to work this edge very much. I can just pressure flake it because I want it to be fat. This is the edge I want thin, but I'm going to try to get rid of that step fracture. Kind of leading up to it because I can take a flake here, potentially right in through there, and it fans out that way and fans out this way. I could be able to get that. I might be able to get it from that angle, but it's a little bit scooped out just before that area, so I've got to be careful. It has to be convex the whole way, or else it's going to stop right there. With heavy pressure, I might be able to do it. You know what I mean? Some of you guys can pressure through these things. But it wears me out too fast. If I try to send pressure flakes in, I can send a pressure flake in through here and one this way. I don't know, I might do it anyway. But I prefer to use indirect percussion because a lot of times it gives me a wider flake. And I need a wide one to try to, wipe that step out by coming in this way. So I'm just thickening the edge. I'm forgetting about the step fractures on the blade for now, or the damage control on the blade for now. That one's the main one that I'm looking at, but I've also got to make sure that stem doesn't get out of alignment. If I work too much here, I could end up with a dip in the middle. Yeah, that's the next one here. Okay. Normally I don't think about it this much. I don't know how flat I'm going to be able to get it across the top. We'll see. Tempted to take this flake first. I don't know. Okay, much better. Now I might be able to pressure flake that last bit, but it looks too tempting. There we go. So let's see what I can do about this one down here. Same strategy, I'm going to come in this way. Might have scooped out a little bit too much, but it's not too bad. Gotta be careful I don't create an island right there. I really need to take a flake in between here. I'm gonna have to isolate that platform. Hope I don't mess it up. I don't want to mess around too much with that side. I could end up misaligning that point or the tip. That's better. I overshot that one, I think. Yeah. I did a little overshot here by mistake. Okay, I'm getting ready for another pass on this side here. I don't think I'll need to do too much more on this side, except maybe pressure flaking from here to get rid of a lot of these little steps. I'm just going to call it good as far as that goes on that face. All right. Again, I'm abrading a lot more than I normally do because I want to be able to nap that edge without losing much width. And I'll be napping above center line on some of those. But it's not going to be perfect. Okay, it'll be good enough. Yeah, with the indirect strike, I might have been able to get that to go further. I'm gonna try beefing that up, abrading this, and do an indirect percussion strike right there. Okay. Isolated platform. Not too shabby. I almost thought it overshot there, but it didn't. Okay. Good. I can probably thin that rest of that tip down with pressure, so I'm not going to push my luck. Okay, let's see. Yeah, pressure flakes very well, actually. See that flake went all the way over to there. So I got to be careful I don't overshoot. I spoke too soon, I think. I think that's an overshot right there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Now, am I napping right on the edge? Well, kind of, sort of, because I am about a 32nd of an inch inward, but I'm also on a very rounded platform. So that's about the only time that I actually push that close to the edge, is when I got it very abraded and very rounded. And I think I'll go over that in the next article that I write, because I do need to clarify some of that explanation of what an edge is and what a surface is. It's kind of hard to explain, so it may not be the most perfect explanation, but I rounded that edge quite a bit with the abrader. So there really isn't an angle in there, it's just rounded, and I'm pushing like a 32nd of an inch inward to try to get that flake to remove, very similar to the other flakes. See it, 1, 2, and then this third one here, hopefully will go there. Kind of did, but it stopped too soon. I think it's the way I was holding the flaker. It's kind of rocking a little bit, so I wasn't able to push all the way through. Wasn't able to follow through with that one, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's good. I might be able to clean it up right now. No, I'll just leave it. I'm brushing it back to create a flat surface that I can put my flaker on. Ideally, you want to get a hollow ground effect on the edge. See how it's scooped out underneath here? You want to be able to scoop it out underneath the other side as well, and then you have like a hollow ground effect, and your edge is going to be very thin if you do it right. See, it's scooped out on this side when I did that pass. If I scoop out the other side as well, this edge becomes very thin, just like on the real artifacts. Not all of them are like that, but many of them are. So now I'm just going to kind of do it at random to get this thing done. Wherever I see that I might be able to do some good, I'll just pop off a flake. Keeping in mind that I do want that hollow ground effect on the blade side, on this side here, the sharp side. Well, I don't know how to explain it. This is going to be the back of the blade, and this is the front, I guess. So I want a very sharp front. On the back, I just want it very even, no steps, and thicker than the front, just to give it a good backing, good strong backing to the blade. But still be able to cut with it if you need to. Come on. Just a tiny flake. There we go. I'm not trying for a hollow ground effect on this side, on the back of the blade. Got 9 minutes. I'm gonna try to finish this up in 9 minutes. All I'm doing is very short flakes. You would think that I could avoid step fractures, but I did get a few. I did get a couple up there near the tip. Mainly because the edge is getting sharp, right, and it's not really conducive to pressure. And I'll stop messing with that, and I'll focus on this one down here. I don't want to hear any crushing at this stage. They've all got to be nice little snaps. And hopefully I can get that hollow ground effect. One of the techniques I've seen on the real artifacts is that you go, there's a ridge here, see that? There's a ridge right there. Let's see. There's a ridge here and a ridge here. You push on those ridges from this side. So you scoop out just under that ridge, all the way down. You scoop out underneath all the ridges. I've seen that technique on the real artifacts. On this pass. They do two passes, one to create the ridges and the scoop outs on one side, and the other side you scoop out underneath each ridge. See what I mean there? Find the next ridge and scoop that one out. It's going to leave kind of a wavy edge, but it's okay. You can dress that up. I'll dress it up in a minute. Okay, so the basic work is done. Now it's just a matter of dressing it up. I spent a lot of time on this one. I normally don't spend this much time on blades of this type. You know, I want to try to mass produce these when I'm working on them for gifts or, you know, for practice. They're just simple utility type knife blades. They don't imitate anything in the archaeological record. They're just modern looking type flint knives. But any practice is good practice, and sometimes I do these when I'm not, when I've been away from napping for a while. I haven't been away from napping that long, these past few weeks, but I just wanted to do one of these. I could make it more even, but I'm just going to clean up this edge. It's very sharp right now, but I can do better. Okay. Let's see if I can see. I can probably see better on this black pad. See, this edge is already pretty sharp, but there's some dull spots on it from the previous abrasion. So I'm going to try to take those down. Take down the dull areas and kind of even it out as far as the outline goes. And get rid of any annoying little step fractures. I don't want the edge to be serrated. Not on this one anyway. Of course, you can make serrated edge knives. It's not a no-no. I've got to make sure I don't mess up the previous shaping. Kind of messing up the hollow ground effect there. If you take too much of the edge off, you mess up that hollow ground effect. You know, when you try to clean up the edge. So I might do another pass here, but nah, I think that's good enough. All right.